Hey guys, welcome back to SOS, aka Sid on Sports, and today I'm going to do a video that I didn't really want to make, but with everything that's been going on at my favourite club, Manchester United, I just had to make it, and it's a shame, isn't it? It's just a shame, but this is what it's come to. I've got to voice my thoughts, opinions, facts as well that's been happening. Let's start with the preseason first, because of course, in terms of the media coverage, it was a disastrous preseason. We didn't really do anything that noteworthy. Players weren't coming back as soon as possible. Stuff like that. We were going to play with youngsters, and then yeah. But first season game came along, and we did pretty well. And we played good. It was home. Leicester had a few chances, as usual with a Mourinho team. They always invite pressure. We always like to invite some amount of pressure so we can go counter-attack. But essentially, it was the penalty at the start that really propelled us into the win. Luke Shaw had a fantastic performance, and he deserved his goal at the end. So yeah, it was a simple win, but it wasn't anything mental. It wasn't anything great. But then after that, Pogba Mourinho rumours started circulating. And this hadn't been like a special thing. This was happening last season. This was happening the season before that. A lot of unrest and rumours circulating that Mourinho. I don't know. It's just the media. It's just like Sky Sports, BBC Sport kept on talking about it as if it was true. We can't really know what's going on behind closed doors. But there's got to be as I've seen this in videos, but the truth has to come from somewhere. You know what I mean? And I feel that Pogba and Mourinho probably have different mindsets and how to if everyone wants to be the manager, you know what I mean? Like everyone has their own opinion on how Manchester United should be set up. And of course Pogba would probably have a more direct mindset, whereas Mourinho more has a bigger picture mindset, going for the win, no matter the cost, no matter how you play the game. Of course, Pogba would have been frustrated the previous seasons of not being put in the correct position, but I think he has found his best position, left centre mid, and now it was his chance to finally make a proper statement. He's won the World Cup. He improved slightly with his second season, but not anything to the levels he can get to, as we saw in the France setup. So this was his season, and it's only just started, so we can't just judge straight away. Pogba's got 2 goals, obviously, both from penalties, but he did a fantastic performance first game. Second game, we'll get onto that in a bit. So yeah, and Pogba does respect. No, Mourinho does respect Pogba to some extent, and Pogba does respect Mourinho to some extent. But is that enough? You know what I mean? Do we need both full-on dedication from not just them, but from everyone in the squad to make this work? Because this is not going to be the squad 10 years ago when we had world-class players everywhere. We have to all stick together here, and it's not happening right now. We're not all sticking together. It's playing like a team of individuals. Everyone has their own agenda. Everyone has their own thing. The board has one thing they want to do. The Mourinho has another thing they want to do. Pogba and not just Pogba, but other players want to do something else. It's a bit of a mess. It's a bit of a big mess. And something I forgot to mention with preseason, of course, transfers. Fred, great. Dalot, great. Even though he's a youngster, so God knows if he's actually going to be played enough. Hopefully he's one for the future, but is Mourinho going to have a future? Exactly. All these things are going to come back to later on. Brighton. Now, Brighton, first 10 minutes, it was just, I've seen it before, and not in a good way. I've seen this before where the opposition have too many chances on goal. There's putting the pressure. There's giving them pressure on us and trying to go over counter attack. But then there's just being stupid and just letting them run through you like a piece of meat. That sounds really weird, but Brighton were playing as if they were the superior side. They had confidence. They had strength. We were playing like we were all the way battling relegation. You know what I mean? We're a top 6 side. I know we're not gonna be champions. We're probably only just gonna scrape top 4 if we're lucky. But this is Brighton we're talking about, and I've seen it too many times against away at small clubs The smaller clubs, and Brighton is a good team, but smaller clubs, and we're just going there fighting, and we're just not setting the domination as we should. Playing as if we are the better side and showing them we're the better side and putting that mental message into their mind saying we're the ones who are going to win this match. You could get lucky, get a few goals, but we'll come back better, stronger. But that didn't just happen. Brighton scored, of course, Brighton scored again, and then we scored. I think we scored our Lukaku goal. Lukaku scoring his first goal. We don't want him waiting for like 8 games to get a goal. That's good. He's off the mark. But even when we were maybe after that goal, it just didn't feel like we were going to get back into the game. And we've come out. Yeah, we're going to get a comeback like Crystal Palace and Man City, but we can't do that every week, can we? Let's be honest. There's only so much you can do without being like, can't we just score first? And it goes back to that Louis van Gaal thing. Oh, not scoring in the first half for like 10 games because it's all these little things. It's been leading up to this, and it's just. I'm going off on a tangent here. But it feels to me that the board, Ed Woodward, the Glazers, they've come in. They had Ferguson when they came in, so everyone was hating on the Glazers, but the results were still coming on the pitch, so it kind of died down. Now it's coming back up again because we're starting to realise that this is bigger than Jose Mourinho. This is bigger than the players. This goes to a whole club structure. The board don't know what they're doing in terms of what strategy to go with. Gary Neville said himself, watch the Monday Night Football video recently. He's just uploaded it like a couple of hours ago on Sky Sports football channel. And he says they don't have they bounce from one strategy to the next. And that's completely true. They see Mourinho after Louis van Gaal's FA Cup. Oh, bin off Van Gaal, let's get Mourinho. But you got to know what you're getting yourself into. Mourinho's not an enigma. You know what he's going to do. You've seen it happen in Porto, Chelsea, Real Madrid. He wants experienced players right from the off. You got to support him financially, and we can support him financially. We've got so much money, it's ridiculous. We spend so much money on Falcao and Di Maria, all these players, and you're telling me you can't support Mourinho for one more season. You gave him a contract extension. You gave him the tools in order to make this great team, and you can't just backtrack after like 2 seasons. You have to go in the long way, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But you got to give him that chance to, and we needed a defender. We needed new defenders, and I was putting my faith in buying Lindelof. I was like, oh yeah, it's good against first game after first game. But it seems to me that Jose was right. But of course, there's an argument to be said that Mourinho bought Bayern Lindelof himself, and that the board weren't going to allow him to buy any more defenders because they felt they had enough. But in my opinion, left back, like right back, that's still major issues. And Luke Shaw's all right now, but right back, right winger, where are they? Where's Perisic? Where's that crosser who's trying to direct balls to Lukaku, not just from occasionally, get him the goals that he deserves? Making Rashford, Lingard, making all these runs, just never getting paid off. Adds to the frustration of everything. Mino Raiola, and just to make it even worse, Mino Raiola had to get involved just to stir up everything even more. He does support Pogba, but he doesn't support the club, obviously. He had to make those statements, like taking the piss out of Paul Scholes. Like, why are you getting involved? You're his agent. That's it. You're not his spokesperson, are you? You know what I mean? Don't diss a club legend because you know that's not going to end well. And now everyone's saying, "Oh, Pogba, get rid of the agent, otherwise you should leave," and now spring up this whole other conversation now. Pogba's our best player. Because Pogba, without him, it doesn't tick. Lukaku's one of our best players as well. To be fair, Lukaku is a better player when he's got service. That's the whole point of being a striker. You need the service, and Pogba and Lukaku, without Pogba, it's just nothing. You know what I mean? It's just dead creatively. So yeah, and then Paul Scholes hit back with a funny comment. Apple trees, just go on Twitter, you'll see it for yourself if you haven't. If you've been living under the rack, one more. I can't speak. Living under a rock. If you've been living under a rock, I guess you haven't seen this, but I guess most people are known to this. It's from the outside perspective. Man United look like a mess, almost to the degree of Arsenal like last season when Wenger was gonna get out and stuff like that. And no, I don't think Pogba should leave. Pogba should stay at the club, but stay committed to the club. But it does say, and I don't mind if he keeps Viola or not, as long as Viola keeps his mouth shut for the most part. But it does say something that Lukaku left Viola, I think, but Pogba didn't. Does that send a message? We don't know. All this uncertainty, we don't know. And then now Zidane interest, of course, naturally that was always going to happen. I foresee, loads of people foreseen this before the season started. Zidane, the next big manager. If Mourinho leaves, third season syndrome and all that, who's the next probable manager to support him? Not support him, replace him. Of course, Zidane's just there. You know what I mean? He's the obvious candidate. And I'm glad the club have stated to the BBC that they still remain with Mourinho for now. But is that 100% true? Is that 110% true? Because that's what you need. You can't just be like 90%, oh yeah, we're with Mourinho, and then in the back of their heads, yeah, let's sort out the replacement now. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm having the feeling again with Louis van Gaal, FA Cup, after all that stuff. It's deja vu all over again. It's just happening. It's just going to keep on happening. Just different managers bouncing off, different strategies, different stuff. And no real sustained success at the club like we once had. And maybe we won't have that again. Maybe we're expecting too much. Maybe we're expecting Alex Ferguson 2.0. But we just won trophies, Premier League. At the end of the day, we're not getting that. We're not getting Premier Leagues. We're not getting Champions Leagues. It's been ages. It's been 6 years. That's a long time in football terms. Like, even if we're not going to get sustained success, at least get a trophy, a big trophy, now and again like Chelsea do. It doesn't seem to... We've lost that identity. As Gary Neville said, the tradition went ages ago once David Moyes got sacked in the middle of the season. You know what I mean? Gary Neville and Jamie Carragher are really good pundits. I really respect them on Sky Sports. I bet Graham Souness was just loving the pundit, being a pundit during the Brighton match. He was loving it. I hate him, man. He pisses me off. Oh, God. Now, finally, to end this video, I'm going to talk about the director of football, because that was mentioned ages ago, and that was giving people a lot of hope before it went all downhill, and we don't know if that's going to happen, but I think, please, just, if you're going to do something right, Ed Woodward and everything else, at least bring in a director of football who can, like Van der Sar, bring Van der Sar in, bring someone of that mould. Because if you don't know, Van der Sar is an executive chief officer or something like that in Ajax, so he does perform that same role. He knows what he's doing. You can be the link between the fans, the players, and the board as well. So I think that would be fantastic. And I don't know, it's kind of died down this talk in favour of like the negative talk, obviously, I've just mentioned. So we'll see. I really want director of football before the end of the season. And we're just going to see. It's only 2 games in. It's not... We'll see what happens. Right now, my heart's telling me, obviously, oh, we're going to win the league. Because my heart will always be Man U. I'm never going to stop supporting them, am I? I'm always going to believe they can win the league against all odds. Even if it is against all odds. But my head's telling me we can just about get top 4. And if we get top 4, is good. And let's try and progress more in the Champions League. Instead of just bottling it against Sevilla, you know what I mean? So, yeah. Of course, this is a heavily opinionated topic, so I'd really like to hear your guys' opinions down below in the comment section, while commenting and sharing and subscribing in the process. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.